Hey, Fragrance Family, I'm Daver.
And I'm not Daver.
And we're the Fragrance Bros.
Fragrance Bros! I wish I was.
So obviously we are doing a review with George, Fragrance Apprentice, again. Thank you for coming on again, George.
Thank you. Pleasure's all mine.
And we're doing a review of Oud Fleur by Tom Ford. Now I have reviews of two of the other Oud fragrances. Tom Ford introduced an Oud collection that was Oud Wood, kind of a rebranding of Oud Wood, and Oud Fleur and Tobacco Oud. And I have reviews of Tobacco Oud and Oud Wood, and I'll have links down below if you want to go check those out.
Yeah, I messaged you and I was like, dude, you got to complete the trilogy.
Yeah.
You know, and I'd love to do it with you. I'd love to complete the trilogy with one of the best ones. So, there we go.
Yeah, well, I mean, you missed out on Oud Wood. That was the best one. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right then. Bloody hell, we've only just started, David. Don't get like that.
So let's get straight to it. Date introduced is 2013. It's classified as a woody chypre.
Yeah.
Notes are oud, rose, patchouli, sandalwood, and resins. All right, so what do you get of longevity out of this?
I've been waiting to say this since I got here. Beast mode! Yes! My goodness! This thing doesn't care. This thing's ruthless. I mean, I was not expecting that. When I was testing it out, I was like, okay, fair enough, whatever. But my God! For me, maybe I'm lucky, but it's just like you wait. It's one of those where you wake up the next morning, it's still there.
With me, it was a little bit less. I got an excellent range,
right?
But still can't complain with that. That's awesome. And what about projection?
Excellent projection. Absolutely excellent. In fact, right, this is my new kind of phrase. Okay, you know, you have like beast mode, right?
Yeah.
Well, this for me is a domesticated beast.
Okay.
Right. So it's a beast, but it's like you can live with it. My mum actually said it perfectly, which is it's loud, but it's not obnoxious. It's not. I don't feel uncomfortable about it.
Yeah.
So like a Goldilocks kind of thing going on.
Okay. Yeah, I got excellent projection out of this as well.
Yes.
And we'll get to compliments later, but I had several people notice that I was wearing this.
Yes.
And that's always good. Season, this is another one that's kind of hard to classify because it has elements that are better in certain seasons. Like whenever I think rose, I think of spring. And so this reminds me of the spring. But then whenever you bring in oud and sandalwood and patchouli, it always reminds me of fall and winter. So for that, I can see it for each of those seasons. The only place I would not wear this is the summer because you really would like offend people with how beastly it would be.
Exactly.
And I could see this good for day or night. For purpose, I would say this is really good for formal and a date. You know, depending on who you're going to be around and if you're a man or woman too.
I've enjoyed going out with this actually. Going out to lounges, not like, well, I mean, this could survive in a club.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, just like maybe I'd love to wear this to like a cocktail party or something a bit more, you know, a bit upper, you know, a bit kind of formal.
Yeah.
But no, it's really great. But you can wear it every day. I think it's more about the personality, to be completely honest with this one. How you carry yourself is quite important with it.
So, George, what does this remind you of? Besides body chorus.
Now everything does.
That's
it's
right.
just like
Which,
yeah.
Let me just mention, in order to get that joke, you have to go watch our body chorus review. So, which we'll have linked down below.
Well, apart from Body Kuros, which is now going to be canonized for every single future Fragrance Brothers appearance I make.
That's right.
It reminds me of something specific, and that's fruity almond bread that you get at Christmas.
Wow.
That's
okay.
exactly what it reminds me of. Like as soon as I smelt it, I smelt the Oud collection without actually knowing the names of them when I first smelt them. So I had I was just guessing, and I didn't think it was flowers and oud. I thought, oh, it's almonds. It's like almonds and fruits, but with like a little bit of an edge to it. So yeah.
With Tom Ford, whenever I think of rose, the first thing I think of is Noir de Noir.
Right.
whenever I think of Noir de Noir, I think of that is one of the most perfect rose scents especially for Tom Ford, because it does everything in just a brilliant way. It is definitely just full of personality. It does a very interesting kind of flip on the oud rose combo and the oud patchouli combo, and just kind of throws everything together. Even though I really wouldn't wear it myself, it's an amazing fragrance in its own way. And there are so many oud rose combos out there for fragrances.
Oh my goodness!
And last year I did a whole month of reviews of rose fragrances, and I'll have a link down below to that playlist. I tried to leave out as many oud rose combos as I could because there were just so many. A lot of these fragrances are just oud and rose, very tired combination. Blah blah blah. Whatever. This doesn't really strike me. Like, it's not a very amazing fragrance to me. To me, it is kind of in that tired genre a little bit of the oud rose combination. But it does pull a little bit of surprises here and there. Overall, I'm not really a rose fan. So whenever I smell this, when I first smelled it, I smelled a lot of rose. And so I didn't love it for that reason. And later on, you get some more oud, and that definitely comes up. And then even later, you get some more patchouli and sandalwood, and that kind of shows up a little bit. But at the first, it's like this. It's this very sweet rose combination. Now, when it dried down, it actually changed quite a bit. It turns into a different fragrance. And what it reminds me of then, it reminds me of one of the times when I ate these Turkish delights that were flavored with rose. And I tasted it, hated it, but I could never get that taste out of my brain after that. And it reminds me of like this real candied, rose flavored Turkish delight, which to some people that will be actually a turn on to them. For me, it was kind of a turn off.
I love this one. I mean, I absolutely love this one, and I think it's because there's a story behind it. It's the underdog. I mean, tobacco oud wood. This was like what? They had the oud line, and then they had the Fleur line, which was the pink. If they put it in that, I think that this would have got a bit more tension. But I love it. There is something excitable about this. It's not your general oud rose combination, which has like been done to absolute death. To me, it has an it factor. It really does. There's so much going on. It's really complex. It's so divinely interesting with, like, you've got the edible quality, but you've got this sort of like really rich flowery quality, which I think like it's not a general sort of like dark Arabian oud rose combination. It's got an actual kind of floral touch to it, but it's not like watery. Tom Ford do flowers amazingly well, but they have that sort of watery quality. But this doesn't. It's replaced the water with sugar. So it's got this sugary floral quality, which I think is divine and amazing. And it's got an edge to it. It's got a thick edge to it. It just blows my mind. I love this fragrance. I'm all about that. I'm all about it. I just love it. I think it's superb, and there's a lot to be enjoyed.
Okay, so bang for buck, it's $295 for a 100 ml bottle, and with all Tom Ford fragrances, that is on the high side, and I do have to admit that. For me, it's not really worth it, just because I don't think that it doesn't really change the oud rose combo much for me to really warrant buying a whole bottle. I know you disagree, but so for me, it's not really much of a good buy. But as far as performance, and if you like the fragrance a lot, then it might be worth it for you.
Tom Fords are pricey and stuff like that, but at the same time, what I would say is if you do like this kind of fragrance, if it interests you, and like that spark, you just have that kind of spark, you should definitely get this. Not just that, but because the performance is so good, buying a 50 ml will probably go a long way. Now,
compliments. What did you get out of compliments of this?
Amazing! Absolutely amazing! I couldn't believe it! I could not believe it. I was stunned, right? Look, this has got a pretty specific smell, and I thought, well, you have to be kind of like kind of like a bit advanced maybe in the game, or you have to appreciate fragrances. No, I put this on. My mum is not really that. She's got a very specific taste of fragrances. She just likes neroli fragrances, and that's it. Really. She was like, "What is that? That's great." But no, people are like out of everywhere. People on the street were like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "What?
Wow.
What is going on? What is going on?" Absolutely stunning compliment factor. I haven't seen a compliment factor like this for quite a while.
Yeah, I didn't get the most amazing compliments, but I did get compliments, which is the funny part,
Yeah.
And my wife, whenever she first smelled this, she didn't like it because she thought it was a little bit cloying. She was hoping it didn't give her a headache, which it didn't actually.
Yeah, no.
But she didn't really like the opening, but the dry down she actually really liked. One day I wore it, and it was a really windy day, and man, I got a ton of compliments from people. They're like, "Yeah, man, who smells good?" And it was. And I was like, "It's me, actually."
Yeah.
It does actually have a good compliment factor, even with me when I didn't like it.
Really, again, it's that I have the theme of underdog in my mind. Out of all the fragrances, with this fragrance, I just really did not think that there would be any compliments at all. But it outshone what I thought it would get.
Now, final rating, what do you give this?
I could imagine that for some people, like yourself, this isn't it. So I'll be fair.
Yeah.
But my God, I love this one. I'm going to give it 4 stars. 4 out of 5. There is definite quality to it, and if you're a person who's into compliments and into attention, this is definitely something you should immediately try.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 3 out of 5. I debated whether I should give this a 2 out of 5 because it's not my thing. But I'm gonna go with a 3 because I think that the quality is definitely there.
Yes.
And it doesn't smell bad.
No.
To many people. I just don't think it smells great on me. I'm not a rose fan, so I have to take that into account, and it's very rosy. So I didn't love it. I think it smells more feminine to me, so it kind of makes me uncomfortable when I wear it.
Yeah.
But so a 3 out of 5. It just didn't, it's just not my thing.
That's fair enough. But one of the things I'd definitely say is if you're somebody who's just into pure attention or whatever, if that's what why you're in the fragrance game, yeah, maybe something you want to look at.
Yeah, definitely. So that's all we have for Oud Fleur. Let us know if you tried Oud Fleur down in the comments down below. Do you like it, love it, hate it? Let us know. And of course, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. We'll love you for it. And check out George's channel. I'll have a link down to Fragrance Apprentice down below. And he'll love you for it.
I will. Absolutely.
So thanks for coming on again, George. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time. I'm Daver.
And I'm George.
And we're the Fragrance Bros. Bye.